everyone. So today I would like to discuss with you guys why it is so important to choose certain foods over other foods. As I was telling you before in one of my earlier videos, and I was discussing calorie deficits, we're now reaching that next stage where I want to explain why it's so important to choose the right foods and not just be in calorie deficit. So there's a whole bunch of reasons here. We're not just talking about the physical effects and what results you might see physically. We're also talking about the inner effects and the diseases that we want to prevent. So we don't want to be getting diabetes and high cholesterol, high blood pressure, everything like under those terms. It does have a big effect from what we eat. But in saying that, we're just going to go over one simple and easy explanation for you guys. So there are a whole heap of different swaps, and if you want to know more about different healthy swaps that you should and shouldn't be having, I'm about to upload an ebook of food swaps to make it easy. I also have my 28-day nutrition guide, which helps you with a whole different swap of foods that you can do as well, and my 28-day exercise guide, which is, they're both ebooks and they're both on my website, which you can find in the link on my Facebook and Instagram page. They are very, very handy and very helpful with some nutrition tips and some exercise tips, but I'm about to upload one specifically just for food swaps coming up soon. So before you even see that, you'll get a little bit of a taste of it here in this video. I'm going to explain brown and white carbs. So we have our brown carbs, and I'm just going to stay with the easy terms here. They have more complex wording, and I'm going to explain the system in the easiest way that I can so that everyone can understand what I'm talking about. So we have our brown carbs. We're talking about brown rice, brown pasta, brown bread, so wholemeal, sometimes multigrain, all of those things. And then we've got our whites. We've got our white pasta, our white bread, and our white rice. Now, even though, for example, brown rice, 100 grams, has more calories than 100 grams of white rice, so we don't want to confuse this part. You might be thinking, oh, well, I'll just choose the white rice then because I'm going to be eating less calories. The difference isn't massive, so it actually ends up still being healthier to eat the brown rice. Now, the reason for this is the way that our body actually processes that brown rice is different to the way our body processes the white rice and the white bread and brown bread and all that. I'm just going to use rice in this example so that I'm not switching between foods constantly. So the brown rice, when we eat the brown rice, it is actually more, because it is a complex carb, it is more likely to turn into energy. So I'm just going to, there's a whole lot of steps that happens within our body and our system, but basically it is more likely to turn into energy than white rice, which is more likely to be turned into fat. So what you want is, when you burn off energy and burn off the food you're eating, you're not going to be storing it on your body and it's not going to turn into fat. You're actually physically removing it from your body as you're doing things, as you're exercising, and that's what you want. If you don't want to be putting on weight, you want your body to be burning off and expending the things that you eat. Where white rice is more likely to be stored in our body, and that's what we don't want, because that's when we get the fat that is sticking to our body. So you want to think, okay, well, if I'm going to eat the brown rice, it's going to end up disappearing from my body, whereas I eat the white rice, it's going to end up turning into fat on my body. That is just basically the simplest way I can put it in your understanding. It is a lot more complex than that, which I'm more than happy to go into detail for anyone that would love to message me about it. But that's not just the case with brown rice and white rice. That is actually the case with a lot of foods. So even something like choosing to eat 100 calories of Dorito chips over 100 calories of strawberries. Your strawberries are more likely to, give you the nutrients. Obviously, they have a lot more nutrients, and turn into energy and be used in other ways than your Doritos, which are just going to turn into fat and be stored on your body. Even though you're literally eating 100 calories, doesn't matter which one you pick, it does make a difference when it comes down to how your body takes that on. And that's why once you've gotten used to doing your calorie deficit and all that is easy and good, you want to start choosing your foods wisely, because that's where you're going to start seeing bigger and better results and faster results as well. If you have no idea what I'm talking about with my calorie deficit, go back to one of my previous videos so you'll see it there, it's in the title. But I hope that that little bit of information has helped you today. Again, if you would like more information, I'm more than happy to chat. You can book in a session, or you can just message me and we can go from there. Hope you guys have a lovely day and understand a little bit more about why it's important to choose the right foods.